It's so good. Yeah, but it's here. Do you see what I see? Time for another Arknights video, guys. First of all, I just really love this song. I'm addicted to this song with Renao in the beginning here. I love this chorus, right? You say what I see. I'm addicted to this part. I love this part. I said last week, I love this opening. I've heard it like 500 times per day since then. Her voice is amazing. I mean, I really love this part. The whole song is great. But seriously, you know, the way I kind of find a lot of my new music to do right is definitely getting new anime optis, right? You know, each season we get 50 new optis, right? And that's a good way, I think, to find new bands, or of course, you know, before, but you know, new songs, right, from bands you like. And this so far is generally my favorite song so far this season. This and Kanabun, you know, with the Dr. Stone Science song. So the two artists to the most of it so far since last week. But yeah, I love this chorus. I listen to it like all day. I've been at work this week, right? I had this in a loop all the time. Yeah, this bit here. Again, right there. This bit. So good. Yeah, but it's here. Do you see what I see? Time for episode 3, then I said 3, right? But I want to say this first thing here, guys. And I'm sorry I'm repetitive, but this is how it is, right? Both last 2 episodes, I had to like re-upload like 10 times. Okay? It was same time, you know, the first episode. So they have really massively increased the... So again, it's not copyright strike, right? But it's like a claim bot, right? So you have to like re-upload them and cut away the seed or, you know, censor seed or whatever, right? And it takes hours. Like, seriously. I don't want to be like, oh, I hate this thing. But like, this anime for some reason has become incredibly much harder since the last season, right? So it's very hard actually to upload this video, guys. If you like the video, please subscribe, smash the like button, guys. Because seriously, this video here, it takes me like 3-4 times longer than the other animes like yesterday or whatever. Like, it genuinely takes me several times more longer. That being said, unfortunately, of course, there's another way to do it, and then of course showing less of the anime, right? You know, and I've always been very, very, you know, for fair use. I hate people that show the whole anime. I'm not about it, right? I'm always editing my videos. I only show you, you know, temporary scenes or whatever, right? But I will try today then to reduce it a little bit, right? I will, of course, only show you maybe then, you know, 10 seconds there, half a minute there, right? You know, classic in fair use. But all the 2 weeks, maybe I showed a little more. So I'm gonna try to do this a little bit, right? And see how it goes with the copyright. So, because otherwise, again, I will sit here for an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour editing, right? Because seriously, like every time in these 2 animes now, last 2 weeks, I get like 10 bot claims, right? I have to edit like every scene over and over again. And it just takes so long time, like it's ridiculous. And I don't know why. But that's how they changed the system, right? As a side note, I do think that a lot of other people, right, they do it way worse than I do, that I would argue for are not in fair use at all, right? Some other anime reactors, won't say the names here when you're talking about, I think they will actually start having a really hard time, you know, do some of their videos, right? Because if I am starting to right now and I show way less than they do, you know what I mean? They will also get more and more claims, and eventually, of course, strikes as well. Then, so I think that is coming. YouTube just cracked down on AI stuff, right? And reuse content. So obviously, the algorithm are getting better and better every year, right? So I'm just ahead of the time. But anyway, that's the episode, guys. Sorry for the intro, but I just want to say that, you know, it's that's also why I will show a little less of the scene this time. But anyway, so there we go to Lapland there. Lapland in the front image, right? Double Lapland, people, oh, she's give me that present, guys, okay? People are, but Lapland is actually Italian. No, she's clearly named after, she's the only thing I got, okay? She's the only Swedish anime wife character I ever got, guys. Stop being mean to my Lapland, okay? She's the only thing ever. Just, I don't have anything else. I have nothing else, okay? But anyway. Oh, I'm trusting you with this. I feel this is always like a war thing. I trust you with this mission. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna go. Yes, Wakata, sure. Yeah, yes, trust me with this information. But yeah, this is where the last episode ended, of course. Mentioning my wife with Frostnova. I think Frost Nova is still probably my favorite character, honestly. Except of course Lapland. But yeah, I think Frost Nova, I think, is my favorite waifu in anime otherwise. I just want to throw a question out to you guys, if you're an old gamer like me, right? Aren't these things from Phantasy Star Online? So before I play Phantasy Star, I never seen like, you know, equipment like flying cute robot with you, right? In Phantasy Star Online, these things are very, very important, and they are actually the one the need are based on, right? So Netamata also will be more popularized, but it's clearly like a parody on the one Phantasy Star Online. Phantasy Star Online, if you're a Hukos especially, it was very, very important. It gives you the sad, talk to you and stuff, right? But hasn't this become like a super common thing since then? And I'm just trying that again, guys. Anyone, old nerdy guys, right? R&Ds created by Phantasy Star Online, and they become like one of the most common manga, anime things ever in video games. And there's like high-tech, you know, flying guys. I guess partially you can argue it's like a technological version of Navi from Zelda, I guess, as well. But not really, because yes, it flies with you, say, hey, listen. But I think in Phantasy Star Online, they have all the stats, so you have different builds with them and so on, right? So it's more like a video game thing. Now it was just there giving you tips, right? This thing was more like, it's the stats thing. Half your class was having these different flying, you know, backpack with you, right? But whatever, I'm sorry the other guys. Give a comment below if you're a super nerd like me, a Dreamcast nerd, know what I'm talking about. So anyway, Amiya gives his speech here, right? After you come out after this thing and see different characters. And I do think that it comes back to what I said earlier, that I felt that Chien was like the main character of last season, but I like the comment saying that, well, Chien is like the main character of that arc, but Amiya is like the main character of the whole anime, right? And now we see her kind of back in control, giving a pep talk, and it does feel like, how I say it, I'm guessing we want to see Chien, one of my favorite characters, probably won't see her until like season, well, I mean, not season, but episode 5, 6 or so. And everyone is like, oh, Amiya-chan, we believe in you. Amiya-chan, yeah, and so on, right? You will get it back and so on, yeah. But I think that we won't probably see Shen until late this season, right? And Frost Nova probably was until like season 15 or something. I do think that Frost Nova will come back. I still have my hopes, but it does feel like it will happen super late, right? Yeah, now they're arguing. You will die! Yeah, now it's like, don't leave me. Yeah, Ace did, yeah, they did die. You saw him there in the flashback episode. Yeah, and he did that, I'm Ace, I'm a cool guy. Like, that was a little bit like, yeah, of course, in the flashback, because the character died, right? Ooh, I like this. Okay, I like this. Yeah, they're forgotten if you don't like them. Exactly, I want you to remember the pain even if you die. I love to see it's a great scene. Yeah, let's talk about it a little more actually. It actually reminds me a little bit of a thing happened to me in my life, so... I think it's a great scene here in Arknights. We're talking about pain. She's like, we have to remember also our bad memories. So I'm a little sad, but I don't really care that much. I'm talking to my coworker, and this guy was... He had issues, you know. He was high as a... You know what I mean? Typical game industry, a lot of weirdos, right? He's like, hey, you want some, bro? I can give you some... I mean, not for free, bro, so you can get the pain away, right? And I was like, I looked at him like, what? No, I don't want to lose the pain, right? I was like, I gave him this eye. I was like, what? No. Not only am I against, you know, use any kind of substance abuse, but I'm just like, no, because I want to feel the pain. Feeling the pain, being left, or from dying parents or friends or whatever, right? Like we see here, it's important. She's like, no, but you have to remember them, right? Yeah, but what if they just die, you know? Yeah, we can't forget them, right? I think it's a great scene because I think it's very important generally in life that you should never run away from the pain, right? And I think it's very, very important, even more so in like stock trading, honestly. I do a lot of stock trading, right? Yesterday I was up 7k, whatever. But when I started stock trading when I was young, right? Sometimes I did mistakes, of course. Not very often, but I did big mistakes, right? And sometimes, you know, I would lose a lot of money. And I remember sitting there sweating at home, feeling bad or whatever, right? And of course you're angry or sad or whatever. But I don't want to forget about that feeling. Right? That feeling is what makes you better, right? So the next time you remember that, oh, I shouldn't be too greedy, or I shouldn't be too food, or I shouldn't sell too early. I'm up 10%. I can probably keep another 10%, whatever, right? Like that pain, that suffering, right? You have mentally is what makes you better, right? You know, this scene here is great because she's like, no, we can't forget about our friends. We can't go back. We can't like just take some, you know, whatever stuff to just like, you know, ease the pain or whatever, right? But that's also probably why I mentioned earlier I don't drink. I don't drink either, you know. I mean, I guess all that stuff, right? Because I don't see the need of it really. I don't, you know, I feel you need to have suffering and pain in your life. It makes you stronger, you know. It's a classic saying, you know. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Yeah. And she's like, no, we can't. I don't want to forget my friends. I want to remember them even if they're dead, right? Yeah. I want to carry on the pain, and the pain makes me stronger. Right? Like, but I see what my Frost Noah back though. Yeah. Where's my Frost Noah now? The pain. No. Yeah. Exactly. No, but I think it's very important to think about that, right? Because most of the pain you feel in life. Or pain because you failed, right? You know, you bought the wrong stock or bad investment in on things, house or whatever, or bad relationship, and you feel pain over that. Yeah, you have to learn from that, right? Yeah, no, Mia is like, she's like good speech girl. Oh, even giving her a little clapping here. Everyone's like very happy, Mia. You inspire everyone. Okay, here we go. Next arc, basically, yeah. The spy. Oh, this is hard. She's like, oh yeah, this is political. She's like, if they support the army, kill. Oh yeah, this is. I mean, I don't want to read about that, but that is the question, right? If they, she's like, they voted for it. Yeah, you know what I mean. She's like, yeah, they are part of the problem. That's an interesting question in today's politics. Yeah, it's like, should we attack these people because yeah, they're supporting the army, right? Yeah, that's like, yeah, okay. Okay, that was cute though, Mia with. Okay, yeah, so they're sticking to this giant mobile fortress, I guess, yeah. The Batmaning it. Oh, she's a Batman. Yeah, so not infiltrated this base here. This mobile fortress city. This really must be from Mission 3 if you play that game. When you're in China too, yeah. When you're in China from Mission 3, it's to attack this mobile fortress controlled by the evil, I guess, government in that game, which you got to play for them. Side up, the game is great because you can pick sides. Yeah, I love it. If you haven't played it, I mean, I love the games. I love formation games. Like military, very similar to mecha tower defense. Not really, but it's like mecha and you're fighting with turn-based, right? And in the turn game, you can either play for the government in China or against them. so you can be for them and like, oh, rebels, oh, rebels comes, yeah. I love that. You can, I want to join the government. Yeah, stupid rebels. Yeah, no, I'm playing with the government instead. Yeah, like you can decide her. Oh, he's back now, Mephisto. He still looks insane as always. He looks really, really crazy. He's like, okay, that was cute. That looked like I saw that map there. He looked at the map, Doctor. That was clearly a stage. It was only for a second, but I haven't played the game right, but I'm sure that is a stage in the game. That was very clear, like a tower defense map there. That was definitely a stage of the game. 100%. There's no way that was an image for the game. That was like a UI game image. I know my video games, okay? I haven't played this game, but I know. What's her back? Some bobs? What? So you see her again there. What's she carrying? It looks like she's carrying like three, like cannonballs or something? Yeah, look on blogger. What's she carrying? It looks like she's carrying like 3 cannonballs. But I guess it's a kind of modern bomb, right? Something. Yeah, that was weird. She reminds me of what's called a grenadier. So back in the days, you had this thing called a grenadier or grenadier, but actually it's pronounced grenadier. I believe, if I'm correct there. Yeah, I think people mispronounce it as grenadier, like the anime, but actually the correct word I think is like some other. Yeah, it's not English. I think it's grenadier. Basically, it was a person that was carrying around like a can on their back, right? And then you rush it down and you shoot and so on. So it was like a person basically was carrying around the grenade, right? But there's actually more a cannon though. But here goes a girl though. She's clearly infected. Yeah, she's very clearly infected. It's like a zombie feeling though. It's like, I'm not a zombie! It's like, we can clearly see you have, I'm not a zombie! Yeah, feels kind of classic. This is really weird. Yeah. I like she's like, she's like, I explain your clothing. It's like, no, they're my friends. Yeah, but I think it's a typical zombie breakdown, in most horror movies, where someone is like, I'm not infected! It's like, we can clearly see, no! Yeah, she's having that classic, like, everyone else is a zombie except me! It's like, yeah, okay, sure. She grabs him, yeah, he looks suspicious. I like this. Yeah, I like it. She was like, he's probably, he's done something weird, right? Yeah, this seems really weird. She's like, this is some kind of pretending to be. Okay, what's gonna happen? Can I kill him? Oh, this is brutal. I don't know. But I feel he's super suspect. I immediately was like, he's yeah, was he just pretending to last her? Yeah, psychological character makes her. I don't know, man. That was the fact that he was kind of like, she was sus, man. I felt she was like, no, I think we can trust the guy. I'm sussing him, yeah. To me, those felt like she was like, he might be bad, right? Yeah, it's back to dying friends, right? But didn't you know that? I mean, I guess talking about other friends. She just mentioned, oh yeah, they were Scout. She just talked about, I thought she knew that. She talked about earlier. She was like, oh, they died, Scout and Ace and so on. Oh, I guess she, oh yeah, Ace. Okay, she's getting a little PTSD here, remembering they all died. It's interesting though, because, like you said, 5 minutes ago, she was like, we have to. Yeah, 5 minutes ago she was like, no, I want to remember my dead friends. I stand by fighting to revenge for my dead bros. And I was like, oh, they're dead? Yeah. And she's like, no. It's like, what? A little bit. I guess she was just, how to say it? She was just pretending to be like, oh, I accepted that my friends died. And I will, you know, yeah, okay, that was just an act, I guess. Because now she had a little mental breakdown there when he talked about. Okay, here we go. So new enemies. They look heavily armed. From a video game standpoint, there are definitely also new enemies you have to fight with. Yeah, this looks like classic way to introduce some new enemies here. They look super tanky though. I mean, these are the normal, of course, enemies, but the other guys in the black suit, they look like, I'm gonna guess they're very, very tanky. Oh, she's artificially infected? Because her powers are way better than? Oh yeah, she can't. Oh yeah, she's like a crafty weapon basically. Okay, so she's. But she did say she was an elite fighter. She was like, I'm the professional. Like, yeah, she was like, I'm the best we have, right? So she's like, yeah, she's like a man-made weapon. Oh yeah, or her powers are too strong or something. Huh? Maybe she has like I could imagine her in the game, perhaps having like a short time span how she can fight. I'm just thinking that characters like her in a video game setting usually have like really high power, you know, for like a minute, and they get out of steam, you know what I mean? Then they lose their mana or whatever. This is definitely like a video game point. You have to like destroy this thing in a time or something, yeah, or like defend this place. Yeah, this feels very gamey. It's like you have 30 minutes on you to destroy this thing or vice versa, but okay, they deflected her high power somehow. Oh, here we go. He's back. Yes, how it ends. Yeah, that last bit, it looks super video gamey, right? So back up. Yeah, part is anime, right? I keep saying that lesson too, but I do feel that it is very like video game based. Obviously, it is a video game or a game, whatever, mobile game, but it doesn't matter. And these are the moments where I really feel like this is definitely a game thing because, you know, I usually call this like a Surgraph stage or whatever, right? You grew up playing StarCraft and obviously Warcraft and so on, but you usually have, you know, a couple of stages, right, in RTS games where it's either, you know, you have to defend this certain, you know, red thing, right, or of course destroy it, right? It's like in 30 minutes you have to quickly destroy your defenses and get to this red thing, or vice versa, you know, you have to defend this point against a Surgraph, right? Yeah, that's a classic strategy video game moment. And like I said earlier, I haven't played a game, but I'm sure this is a stage in the game, right? And you have to like get over there and be like, okay, yeah, we have to destroy this thing, or vice versa, very quick in like a time frame. It's very, very like very classic. But anyway, all those episodes, yeah, I like the whole, you know, as I mentioned, discussion about, you know, like pain, suffering of losing your friends or other kind of emotions. That was a very good scene. Explanation how she was like a man-made weapon, so to speak, like she was purposely infected, like she was like created to have weapons, right? That's interesting. I'm sure we're gonna have some antagonists later. They will have a similar thing, and they will also be very strong, and they will also be like, oh, I'm crazy because they gave me so much, you know, purposely made me a weapon, and then made me lose my mind or whatever. They will absolutely be characters. I can also see this character perhaps changing sides, you know, if she goes crazy. They kind of hinted to her. Yeah, I felt like either her powers are very, like I said, very limited, where yes, it's very strong, but it only lasts for a very short time. Or it's like she might go insane, right, and go berserk, or like Sane Child or something, because she's just like mentally insane from her powers. That's how that kind of hinted to me that she might, you know, next season she's gonna be like one of the bad guys. That's a perhaps something, but felt more like berserking it, or yeah, like she just go crazy and kills everyone. Definitely a situation for that, right? But regardless, subscribe and have a great day.